Hey, let me ask you, do you ever get disappointed by the progress you've made in life, and maybe more specifically, your spiritual life, your walk with the Lord, if you have a relationship with Jesus Christ? There's a verse in Philippians chapter 1 that I want to read for you that certainly encourages me, and I think it's going to encourage you today, and it's really the central theme, the central part of the study that we're going to be looking at in this home group video. It's in Philippians 1 verse 6. It says this, "I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it in the day of Christ." Now there's a lot to that verse, and that's what we're studying. But I want you to consider your progress or your process that you've been in your spiritual life. We might say, if we're just speaking generally, that there is a time in our life, and maybe this is true for you, where you are seeking God, seeking out who He is, what that means for your life. And then you moved from that place into a time in your life when you are growing in relationship with God. Not just getting to know who God is or who Jesus is, but growing in relationship. And you might say from that, the progress of the Christian life is then to come into saving knowledge and relationship with Christ, in order that we'd come into this really next step, and that is having a Christ-centered life. Now, I don't know where you find yourself on this spectrum, but I know this, that Philippians chapter 1:6 should be a great encouragement to all of us. That God began the work, and that He will be faithful to complete what He started. That's not how we live. We don't finish what we set off to finish. Often we get caught in the middle. Sometimes it just takes too long to get from A to Z. That's not the way God works. And yet we do need to have, in the process, we need to have patience. So what does that look like? Well, that's what this study is about. I hope before you get started in your study, you'll pray that the Lord will use this study to transform your life. And then as you get into the study questions, I hope they will bless you today.